If I were a dictator, I would make it compulsory for everyone between the ages of 8 and 80 to listen to Mozart for a quarter of an hour every day for 5 years. Now then, I call this little talk The Changing World of Music. Changing world. It was something like heaven 60 years ago. And I won't go so far as to suggest that it has reached the precise antipodes. But it is going there, rapidly.
His last concert was at the Portsmouth Guildhall with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra on May the 7th, 1960. He seemed conscious that this was a special occasion. He stood all his musicians' lunch at the Queen's Hotel and afterwards told them that the rehearsal would not be a long one. It was also Cup final day, and Sir Thomas was a passionate supporter of Blackburn Rovers, one of the finalists. But even allowing for his interest in the match, the short rehearsal period was most unusual.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies.
He merely checked the opening and the ending of Haydn's Military Symphony.
Now, where are the military gentlemen? Over there. Right, what have you got? Give an account of yourselves. What are you playing?
Triangle, Sir Thomas.
Yes. Is there a side drum?
No, Sir Thomas.
Not in this piece at all. What a pity. It's very remiss of Haydn. Writes a military symphony, limits himself to 3 percussion. Have to do something about that before we finish with it. Right, well, let's hear it. First movement, please, gentlemen. From Let Us See, if you would. Haven't played it for about 40 years. Now, gentlemen, let us get down to the important business of the day.
And so we sat there and we watched the Cup final. At the far end of Portsmouth Promenade, beside the square tower, a bench, an ordinary public park bench, inscribed with Thomas Beecham's name, commemorates this last concert. Nearby, more solemn plaques salute great naval heroes and events in English naval history. Somehow it seems fitting that Beecham should be honored with the fighting men of his nation, for his life was a series of battles fought with enormous courage on behalf of his country's music. And his enemies were the press, the music critics, the income tax commissioners, and at times, the British public itself. When, at the end of his life, it took him to its heart, we knew that he had won his battles. And while I wonder that for some years this was the only public memorial to one of the greatest Englishmen of our age, I sometimes think that if Tommy's ghost were to ever walk the battlements of old Portsmouth, he would give an approving nod to this simple memorial.
The years are nothing. Thought and feeling, principally feeling, are all that matters. Say what you want to say, firmly and with conviction. The only thing that counts in playing, in conducting, well, yes, even in misconducting, is this. Whatever you do it with conviction. Come along, gentlemen. Let's show them what we can do. Ladies and gentlemen, in upwards of 60 years of concert giving, it has seldom been my good fortune to find a program printed correctly. Tonight is no exception to the rule, and therefore, with your indulgence, we will now play you the piece that you think you have just heard.
Timothy West, in an evocation of the life, the style and the charisma of a great conductor, Sir Thomas Beecham. That piece written by Caryl Brahms and Ned Sherrin, with Terry Wale as narrator and the Halle Orchestra. Well, that's it for this Sunday Stereo Special. Next week, it's to the grandest of the grand operas with the Australian opera, Verdi's Aida.